Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Drift Wild. Today we are talking about tipping is optional, but so is delivering your food. Viral video shows pile up of McDonald's Doordash orders for non-tippers. Here we go again on the no tip, no trip train, going viral once more. It's not the first time where we heard that McDonald's has a lot of no tip orders. In fact, a lot of people have actually started to avoid fast food restaurants in general, specifically because there's so much no tip orders. But now it's gone viral again. So with that said, I want to go over what is being said in this article, how it actually is for gig workers in general, not just DoorDash drivers and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. Tipping on DoorDash is a hot topic on TikTok, where delivery runners contracting through the app frequently remind viewers that in order to have their orders actually delivered, they must tip well. Honestly, it's kind of sad that we even need to do that in general, but another point to be made on this subject, what really is tipping well? This is how I was raised. This is how I was brought up as a person. It's not the same for everybody, but it's how I was raised. $5 minimum or 20%, whichever is higher. So when people can't even so much as do that, it's not even worth it for the majority of drivers. A video shared on the platform by @DoorDashTips2, an account offering tips to both delivery runners and customers, shows a large pileup of orders at McDonald's location that has run out of space for them. A text overlay on the video states that they have not been picked up because customers did not tip. First off, I'm going to leave his TikTok as well as his profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions. But yeah, that's starting to be a problem with not just McDonald's. I think Wingstop had this issue. This has been an issue across the board, but it's finally come to the point where, hey, if you don't tip your driver, now it's going to be a viral topic. One way or another, we're going to get some kind of income from it. Hello, this is DoorDash support. The text overlay reads, I'm calling to tell the non-tippers to come pick up their orders. We don't have any more room to put these bags. I mean, if he really wanted to sell it, he would have to say, hey, this is McDonald's. We received your order. It seems like no driver has the lower self-image to actually pick up an order that pays $2.25. Please pick up your order because we are running out of space. We need places for our guests to actually sit. Viewers who had experience as DoorDash runners urged the potential customers to tip their drivers if they wanted their delivery to make it in a reasonable amount of time. Can we just acknowledge for a second the term DoorDash runners? Like, what is that? It's either dashers or drivers or even gig workers. I've never heard the term runners used in terms of DoorDash. Like, I've never heard that. That being said, if those people are on foot, no wonder why they would be runners. Comment saying, I only tip afterwards, one commenter wrote. Yeah, I'm not taking that 50-50 chance I'm driving 10 miles for $3 and no tip. You know, honestly, I feel like anybody who says I tip afterwards, number one, they don't 99% of the time, and that's a 50-50 shot. I would actually argue that's like 5%. You know who actually tips afterwards? The real people that tip afterwards is people who also tip before. So people like this are gaslighting, manipulative, and abusive people that don't even deserve to be on the platform as customers, drivers, restaurants, or otherwise. Tip first so it's worth our time, another viewer said. We only have so much time to complete so many orders. We can decline time versus money. It's also about protecting our accounts. Think about it like that. Most of the orders that end up giving us bad ratings are ones with the least amount of tips because they already have a problem with seeing tipping culture the way it is, so they're gonna have a problem with everything else. Spoken like the guy who comes on YouTube and yells about everything, but that's not the point. The point is that if you want your order, you gotta tip your driver. Tipping is optional, but so is delivering your food, a third added. So yeah, I feel like a lot of entitlement comes from the concept that people were so used to just getting their food anyway and not tipping their driver. The more power is going to the worker, and that's not even just in the gig economy. That's everywhere with quiet quitting. Some corporations are labor hoarding now. Yeah, there are some corporations that are quiet firing, but that's always been a thing. And now it's come to the point where the gig economy is one of the most active forms of income earning there is. So either tip your driver or you're going to be sitting for a while. Others defended their choice to only tip after receiving their order. And that means you're probably not going to receive the order. Really though, no tip till the job is done, one user argued. How am I supposed to tip you for a job you didn't do yet? What if you eat my food or it takes you an hour to make? Well, first off, off, the people who say that don't actually tip. So he is just lying straight through his teeth. That's a sign of character. You know, the kind of customers that don't actually have a problem with this is people that actually tip their drivers. Seriously, have you ever noticed that? Yesterday, we had a strong no tip, no trip debate about a customer who was complaining that their order was in a tree. One of the main reasons that ended up happening to him is because he tipped his driver so poorly that he felt it was necessary to do that. And I'm not condoning his actions. I'm not condoning the driver's behavior. You know who doesn't usually have a problem with that? People who tip. A lot of people in the comment section of that video actually were claiming that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the video I posted yesterday, I'll leave in the description. Feel free to check it out. It was actually a very deep discussion on how no tip, no trip should be. Only tip afterwards, another commented. You don't get tip before the service. You don't get your food before your tip. We could stand off like this all day. You guys just don't like the concept that the driver, the worker, now has more power than the customer. Why would you tip before the service? A third noted. Because you want your food! Seriously, I feel like I'm speaking Japanese to people who speak English. Like, come on. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. Honestly, it doesn't matter which customer they're talking about. Whether it's a good customer that you genuinely want to help or a bad customer that's probably going to rate you poorly no matter what you do. If they choose not to tip beforehand, it is not your responsibility to take on the expenses and lose money on those orders. It is irresponsible for you to end up getting gaslit by those people and doing those kind of orders. Fiscally irresponsible. It is for your safety. It is overall just a better decision to only take better orders. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, whether it's a customer, the companies that we work with, randos on the internet. Heck, if I ever say take orders that are bad, you are free to just tell me to take a fly and leave, because that doesn't make sense financially. And you know what's gonna happen when you choose not to tip? You're gonna be a part of that giant pileup of people who choose to have all of their bags lined up on the counters, and they're taking up so much space to where people have to call you to come pick up your own order. And if you choose not to pick up the order and you get a refund, that's fine. It's going to end up either on a homeless guy in the street or they're going to throw it out. And then you didn't just waste the time of the driver, you wasted the time of the restaurant, costing them money because you chose not to follow through on your side. And honestly, this is something I've been thinking about for a while. It doesn't matter how you feel about tipping. You not tipping is causing more harm than goodness. Customers just don't like the concept of being accountable for their own actions. Now, that being said, yeah, you could say that about a lot of different people and a lot of different concepts and a lot of different industries. In fact, I don't think there's anybody that likes to be accountable, realistically speaking. But you know what? Either you gotta do it or everything's gonna go south. It's just that simple. And you know what? This is probably among the easiest problems to solve too. If a manager decides to screw up something and they take accountability, it costs them a significant amount in the budget, or it costs them the respect of the workers. What does it actually take to be accountable as a customer? Put $5 as a tip. It's that simple. I'm not here to convince bad tippers to start tipping. No, I don't want that. I want you to identify yourself right away, because that way I know whether or not you're going to rate me poorly and what are the chances of you trying to screw me over and potentially get me deactivated. So if you choose not to tip your driver, fine, you keep not tipping. We'll keep working with the people that actually give a rip. I am happier doing that and helping people that deserve my help than helping some douchebag be all upset about putting $5 in our pockets. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!